Hi, my name is Jenna, and here's my audience.
Hello.
There's Luke, Landon, and Derek. Did you know that 1 in 68 children are diagnosed with autism every single year? Those are the latest numbers released by the Center for Disease Control. They were released in 2016, and they're usually updated every 2 years. My son Luke, who you just met, was his diagnosis of ASD, I'll call it from here on out, and sensory processing disorder has profoundly changed my life. I hope that one day the world will better understand autism and that it affects each person in an entirely different way. If you know one person with autism, you really just know one person with autism. I remember coming across a slogan early on in my research. It's resonated with me throughout all of this, and it was "until all the pieces fit." And then I also saw a YouTube song, and one of the lines of the song used that, and it said, "I will never quit fighting for you until all the pieces fit." So right now I'd like to share with you a little bit of our journey, the beginning parts, during, and all of the trials and triumphs that we've been through. Very early on, my boys are twins, fraternal twins. So Luke has autism and Landon does not. Very early on, I saw differences in their behavior. Luke was very sick from birth. He was jaundiced. He had severe GI issues that couldn't be explained. Took him to many doctors. And this went on for about a year and a half. And then he was constantly agitated. As he got a little bit older, you seen that he did not speak, didn't even try to speak at all. He would just scream, easily agitated. And he started doing flapping and spinning. He would sit in a corner by himself. I took him to genetic testing. I took him to all kinds of doctors and never really got any answers. I was told once by a therapist that possibly she thought he had autism. So I started doing my research. I did not have the support of my family throughout this. Once I started calling it autism, it really freaked my family out. But I just knew that he had it. I knew he had it, and I knew that I needed a diagnosis to get him help. So I went to a conference. I got hooked up with District 742. At this time, he was probably about 2 years old. And they came to the house and they did an in-home evaluation on him. And they wouldn't give me a diagnosis. They hadn't worked with him long enough. But they did give him developmentally delayed. And this provided me an avenue to get him more help. He got in-home therapy. And then that year, this was 2001, that year when he turned 3, he got at-school services. And he's just progressed more and more. We've had outside services. He has changed. We've changed his diet. And he has verbal skills. They say low verbal skills, but he was able to start school with his brother, kindergarten. He's on an IEP. He does still exhibit some behaviors. But for the most part, he's been mainstreamed, and he's doing absolutely wonderful. He's come a really long way. So, in conclusion, our journey's been trying. It's been celebratory, but it's changed who I am. It's changed what I hold important in my life. And we've celebrated every single accomplishment, no matter how big or how small. And this kid has taught me more than I think I could have ever taught him. Thank you.